welcome back to Staying Creative. Today's video is about the top 5 Filipino dishes that made my list that I want to share with you. These are the top 5 Filipino dishes that if you've never had Filipino food before in your life, these are the top 5 that you have to try. So I'm going to show you pictures of what these dishes look like. So when you are at a Filipino restaurant or a party and someone's brought some Filipino dishes, you know what they look like. So if someone says Lumpia or Pancit, you're like, oh, I know what that is. I don't have any of these dishes in front of me because if I did, I'd be eating them. Know what I'm saying? These dishes are very popular. If you ever go to a Filipino restaurant, these top 5 dishes are probably on their menu. It would not be hard to find these dishes to try out. So starting with number 5, beef caldereta. This is the Filipino beef stew dish. It's a little bit on the sweet side. What makes it sweet is probably the tomatoes that are used to make the dish. Now, I don't know if it's a tomato sauce or a tomato paste, but there's also carrots. So the carrots add sweetness to the dish. And it's meat, sort of like beef chuck roast or whatever, cut into cubes with potatoes and carrots in a tomato sauce or tomato based sauce. It's delicious. It cooks for a really long time on the stove, and the meat is very soft and tender, and it's great over a bed of rice. Note, most all of these dishes you can eat with rice. Filipinos love the rice. So beef caldereta is a dish that makes my top 5 because it is a delicious, yummy, savory dish. It's got lots of good flavor, and it's not too out there where people are intimidated or unsure if it's something they want to try. It's pretty familiar. It's got a little bit of, I think, Spanish-inspired flavors. So beef caldereta. Number 4 is another beef dish. We call it beef steak. Now, I don't know why it's not called beef and onions, because you can't have beef steak without onions. You can't have beef steak without onions, okay? That's the traditional thing. And it's not just beef, it's not just cuts of beef with onions. It's not like that. It is marinated in soy sauce and lots of lemon and garlic and salt and pepper. So it's marinated for a long period of time, mainly in the soy sauce and in the lemons. And then it's fried. After all the pieces of meat are fried, then it's put back into the same pot with soy sauce and tons of lemon and a whole bunch of onions. Now when I make beef steak, I make sure I put like 4 onions this big in them. And don't worry, they cook down, so they're not this big, but my husband and I love the onions in that sauce of soy sauce and lemons. And when my mom makes it, I always ask her to put 5 onions because even if you don't like onions, cooking in this sauce combination of soy sauce and lemons with beef, you're gonna try them because they're just so sweet and so delicious. So beef steak made number 4 on my list. Number 3, this is the Philippines' national dish. It is called chicken adobo. Now chicken adobo is the country's national dish because it is inexpensive to make. You just need chicken and some soy sauce and some vinegar, and that's it. And you've got yourself a delicious chicken adobo. It may sound a little weird to have soy sauce and vinegar with your chicken, but that combination, cooking in the pot for half an hour or so with some pepper and some salt, it just works. My grandma on my dad's side used to put potatoes in her chicken adobo. So that's where I got my inspiration to put potatoes in my chicken adobo. And my grandma on my mom's side used to put onions and used to, you know, make sure it had a lot of sauce so you could take that sauce, that yummy goodness of soy sauce and vinegar over your bed of rice. So I kind of got inspiration from both sides of my family. I make sure there's a ton of onions because I love onions, and potatoes and lots of juice and sauce. And I use chicken breast, so that's not really traditional because the traditional is taking the whole chicken breast, bones, skin, fat, and everything, and cooking it down, and it just softens the meat and adds to the sauce, and it's very good. So, so hopefully you get to try some chicken adobo once in your life, because I think you will be pleasantly surprised. Oh, it's very delicious and very yummy. Now, the second Filipino dish that made it to my top 5 is actually something I made a tutorial on here. It's Pancit. Chicken pancit is my favorite type of pancit. Pancit is a rice noodle dish with an assortment of vegetables and any kind of protein you want to add. I've had it with chicken, with shrimp, with beef, with pork. I don't know, I think you can even put tofu. It's really delicious, and I love mine very lemony. So when I cook it, I drizzle, or I make sure to squeeze a lot of lemon while I'm cooking my pancit, and then while I'm eating it, I squeeze more lemon because I just love that citrus sour taste of pancit. It's light, it's not as heavy as maybe chow mein or pad thai or pad see ew, and those aren't Filipino dishes, but it's another stir-fried noodle dish. Pancit is very light. I literally could probably eat like, you know, a whole wok of it, because it just doesn't, it's not a heavy dish, you know, and a lot of it is vegetables, so that's good for you. So try some pancit, y'all. My favorite is chicken, or you can do a combination of all. You know what I be saying, y'all? So the number 1 Filipino dish you need to try if you haven't already is some lumpia. I've also done a lumpia tutorial here on my channel with my mom. Hope you get to check that video out as well. Leave, gotta go to work soon. Anyway, lumpia is like an egg roll, but lumpia Shanghai is meat. Traditionally, I think it's pork or beef. My family, we make it with turkey. It's healthier. I think it's better. But lumpia in general, wherever you go, if there's a potluck, a birthday, a holiday celebration, you're going over to somebody's house that's Filipino, they're probably going to serve you some lumpia. So lumpia is a great finger food. You can eat it by itself or eat it with any kind of sauce or dipping sauce, any dipping sauce you want. Vinegar, ketchup, sweet and sour, ranch, whatever your heart desires. It will only enhance the lumpia, but by itself is delicious too. Have it with some rice, have it by itself. You cannot go wrong with some lumpia. There's also veggie lumpia that's a little bit bigger, and that you typically have it with vinegar. I don't know, Filipinos love vinegar. But I hope you guys get to try some of these dishes because they are so delicious and so yummy. I hope you love them. And let me know if you agree with my top 5. If you've had these dishes or other Filipino dishes and you agree with this top 5, give me a thumbs up. If you have other top, dishes that you think should have made the list or you think are better, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know what your favorite Filipino dishes are. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much. Hope you all have a great day, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.